A teenager from Queens is literally soaring to success. 18-year-old Ariel Messam is the youngest woman of color to become a certified private pilot in New York State. She took her first flight lesson at age 14. Joining us this afternoon to share more about her future flight plans, Ariel Messam. It is such a pleasure to meet you.
Same here.
You go on, girl.
Thank you.
What got you interested in aviation, in flying a plane?
So it actually happened when I got a scholarship to go to the Minnesota Aviation Career and Education Camp. And through this program, not only did they show me flying, and they actually took me on my first airplane, helicopter, and glider flight lesson. And it was through them where they showed me all the different types of careers in aviation. So I got to see aircraft maintenance, we went to flight attendant camp, and we got to see just the different jobs that they have at the airport. And we went on my first flight, and after we left the ground, I just saw everything get smaller and smaller. I said, wait, I can do this. And it just soared from there.
I take my hat off to you. You know, we're always telling young people, you know, to find the thing you love, find your passion, and you did exactly that. What is it about flying that you think appealed to you so much?
I'd say a lot of people use the term, you know, use a different perspective a lot. But I feel like flying took that to a whole new level and to a whole new meaning, because I literally got to see the world from a different perspective, and it just put in my mind that, you know, everything down there is so small, and I shouldn't, you know, make problems bigger than they actually are, and just feel so much more relaxed and free up there.
And so the first, you take this course, you get bitten by the bug, so then you come home. What happens in your life that helps you make this a reality?
So when I came back home, I actually wasn't sure how to fulfill this dream. And I was a little all over the place, and I didn't have anyone to go to. So starting out was a little rough. I had a private instructor, but he was an airline pilot, so I was only flying about once every 2 months. And after I got familiar with the process, I realized that that wasn't going to work. So I found a flight school, and I started with them last July of 2022. And then a year later, July 2023, I got my private pilot's license.
And you did attend an aviation high school, right?
Yeah.
So tell me now, was that the original plan, or did this come specifically out of your discovering this is what I want to do with my life?
So I actually ended up doing my high school application a little wrong. So aviation high school, I was open to discovery, and I went and I got a tour of the place. And I said, wow, I saw the hangar with all the planes, and I was hooked. And it was through Aviation High School where I discovered the aircraft maintenance side of things, because I'm also working on my airframe and power plant licenses.
Yeah, and where are you certified as a, because you got, yeah, go ahead, tell me.
Okay, so I passed my written exams for those certifications, but there's a oral and practical portion, which I'm doing in October.
Okay.
So hopefully fully certified by then.
And how has your family been about all this? I mean, when you came home and said, okay, Mama, I think I want to fly, how'd they react?
They thought that that was amazing, because you don't really see this in people like me. So we understood that it was really expensive. I applied to as many scholarships as I could, and they helped me as much as they can financially. But I'd say that was the biggest holdback, especially in all of this. But they're super proud of me, and were there for me every step of the way.
And in fact, you told me that one of your brothers really was pushing you, because he believed in you from the beginning. How important was it to have that support and that kind of encouragement for something that I suspect no one in your family had done before?
So my dad was actually a private pilot in Jamaica, but he came to the States and he had to stop flying, unfortunately.
So that's kind of in your blood.
It's deep down there, right? But I think having that emotional support right by you is very important, because I've heard of a lot of people that started flying, but there was no one beside them and no one to really, you know, look up to and help them along the way, and they stopped just for that, not even a financial reason. But that was really important, especially for me, because for someone to sit down and listen to me and understand what I'm going through is really important.
And I understand you fly out of Republic Airport on Long Island.
Yep.
And we're said private plane. So what's next? What do you ultimately hope to do?
So my end goal is to be an airline pilot. And my next few steps, I'm actually attending Liberty University, and I'm going to be doing the rest of my flight training through them. And I also got an offer to work with Delta as a mechanic. So
you got an offer, I'm sorry, to work as a mechanic?
Yes.
Where?
With Delta. So I'm planning to move to Atlanta in a few months.
Okay.
And I'll be starting with them.
Man, this ball is rolling. Is it not? It really, you know, you're 18. I think you've found your life's passion. How do people react when they see you walking to get into the cockpit and?
Yeah. So every time.
And you look 12.
Right? That was another thing. When they hear I'm 18, they're like, what? I thought you're about 15. But every time I step into a plane, I always ask if I can go and see the cockpit, because seeing myself and envisioning my future and seeing, okay, this is going to be my office, it keeps you motivated and, you know, helps you stick to that pathway.
And you're in school now, so what will you get a degree in?
So my degree, I'm going to have a Bachelor of Science in Aviation. And through that degree, you getting your different pilot's license is going to be a part of that degree completion plan, along with, you know, your general education classes and things like that.
So you're going to Atlanta, you're going to work airplane maintenance because you're certified to do that, and working on a higher certification, right?
Yes.
They know that your ultimate goal is to be an airline pilot, right?
Yep.
Have they committed to assisting you with that, and what's the next step toward that goal?
So through Delta, they have one of their STEP programs where if you go through certain colleges, they're partnered with Delta. So you'll be able to go to the university and then flow into their regional, which hopefully will be with Endeavor, and then into Delta.
You know, you've said one thing throughout this interview from the minute you started, that when you started looking at this as a possible choice for your life, there weren't many people that looked like you, that you felt like you could go to. How important is it for you to be that person for someone else?
I think it's very important, because from the get-go, that can make or break whether or not someone, you know, wants to continue with that passion. And how I got started and how I found those people were through different organizations, such as Women in Aviation, OBAP, which is the Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals. And through those programs, I got to see not only females, but Black female pilots and people that look just like me already doing it. And that they provided me with mentors. They offer a lot of scholarships, and I'm really grateful for those people.
Before I let you go, I want to mention one more thing, because I think it's important and it's indicative of the kind of family that you're a member of. One of your brothers started a foundation, right, to help young people just like you, not only in aviation, but in some other fields too, real estate,
financial management.
And the name of that foundation is?
Level Up and Take Off. So that is a nonprofit that we started because I think the root of the cause why there's not a lot of people that look like me in aviation, because of the lack of exposure. So for example, if you live in Long Island, you probably see the small planes that fly over there. But for us that live in the city, we've only seen these, you know, big airplanes from JFK or LaGuardia. So we made it our job to take what's out there at those small airports and bring it into the city and say, hey, you can be just like them and fly those big airplanes, but this is where you start. And it is an entry-level kind of company, so I make it my job to show them my journey, how I started, and it's taking off from there.
And I cannot wait, when I'm a very old woman probably, to get on a plane and you are the pilot. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
And you have to stay in touch with us and let us share in that journey with you. Ariel Messam, thank you so much for being with us this afternoon.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.